And the brother's correct, man. It says, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Like bro said, you follow these laws, statutes, commandments, you won't have time to allow that vain spirit to creep upon you, man. Because that's how a lot of times that vanity and that pride creep upon you. You're not walking in the spirit. Because the scripture tell you to have the same like mind as YAHAWASHI. You see what I'm saying? YAHAWASHI wasn't proud. YAHAWASHI wasn't vain. So where you get out being vain and proud? You didn't create yourself. You didn't even create nobody else in the brotherhood. YAHAWASHI created us. So none of us have any reason to be proud or vain, man. We can't even get ourselves out of debt. We can't even save ourselves. So how in the world we're going to be vain or proud? You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. Because if you had the power to get yourself out of debt, well, why is you still in debt? See what I'm saying? There is no such thing as a debt-free life like the churches teach you. Because if you owe somebody money, then you in debt forever. You pay bills, you constantly in debt. See what I'm saying? You may think you living life good just because you got a Mercedes-Benz, but guess what? You still owing money to somebody. So you still in debt. So how the hell can you be proud or vain? That doesn't make sense. It says, verse 17, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Okay, that's a spiritual battle, man, going on. You know, you got the spirit telling you to do what's right, you got your flesh telling you to do what's wrong, man. Excuse my brother, I'm feeling well today. Yeah, you got the flesh telling you one thing, you got the spirit telling you another thing. The spirit telling you to keep the law, statutes, commandments. The flesh telling you to go mess with somebody's wife, commit adultery, go rob somebody. That's fleshly desires, man.
Right.
You know, but the spirit is telling you, you know, keep the law, statutes, commandments. You know, don't sleep with your brother's wife. Don't steal, don't kill, man. It's telling you these things, and it's a constant battle in your head. We all have them, man. I done had to battle my own fleshly desires, man. You know, that's a constant battle, man.
So I got a precept to bag you up on that. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So like bro said, it's a constant battle that we have to go through every day. So we're not battling the physical man, we battling the spiritual man. See what I'm saying? Just like when a demon walks up, we're not battling that person, we're battling that demonic spirit inside that person. That's why we don't slap the hell out of people. See what I'm saying? We give them scriptures, we put curses on them, and we let YAHAWASHI handle the situation. Now it's different if that physical man slaps you, then of course you gotta protect yourself. But we're fighting against that demon, just like we do on a daily basis, man. We fighting that spiritual man. Like bro was saying, you know what I'm saying, about how we want to do right, but sometimes our flesh will not allow us. Like the scriptures tell us, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, man. You know what I'm saying? Just even on a common level, when we at the grocery store, and let's say we're looking at a woman's ass, and we look at her hand like, damn, she got a ring on. Well, we didn't know she was married. You know, we had to ask the Lord to forgive us. Because sometimes these women wear rings, they don't even be married. They just use that as bait to attract men to them. You know what I'm saying? Because this world is so wicked, man. A lot of times women be married and don't even wear a ring. They be wearing all these revealing clothes for the attention for men to look at them. See what I'm saying? But that goes back to what? The flesh being weak, man. We trying hard through the spirit, but our fleshly man is weak, man. You know? Yeah, bro. Going back to Galatians 5 and 18. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. It said, but if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. We are under the law, but we're not, when we led by the Spirit, we're not under the law of death. You see what I'm saying? Because some laws, according to the scriptures, you should be automatically put to death. But when you're in this truth and you're following YAHAWASHI, guess what? You're not going to commit those acts like adultery. You're not gonna die. Why? Because you're not committing adultery. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by you're not under the law, even though you are under the law. But because you're following YAHAWASHI, some of these laws that you're not gonna break because you're going through the Spirit. You see what I'm saying? Like we said, like adultery. We don't commit adultery. So therefore we're not gonna die because we're not committing adultery, even though we are under the law. Oh, current, see? Galatians 5 and 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, that's worshiping other gods, other idols, not sex before marriage. Speak right quick, boy.
It said, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lavishness, adultery, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, sedition, heresies, envying, murder, drunkenness, revelings, and such are like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in the time past, that they which do these things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahawah. You know, all these law-breaking sins, man, you're not going to make it to the kingdom, man. Because you live in your vain life, man. You're doing what you want to do. You know, because when you follow the law, you're doing what YAHAWASHI say do.
That's right.
But when you start breaking these laws and fornicating, doing all this and that, man, you doing what you want to do. You living a vain life. It's all about me and what I want to do. That flesh is vain. It wants you to do what you want to do.
That's right.
You know? And then verse 22, it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Like the brother said earlier, when you following all these fruits of the Spirit, man, you're really not under the law because you're not breaking the law. You know? The law is really to keep you straight. But if you already living straight, there's no need for you to be under. I mean, we under the law, but you're not, you know, going to be under the curses of the law because we're doing what's right already. You know? I don't know if that sounds right, but that's pretty much what it is.
But like it's saying the book of Samuel, remember it said it's better for obedience than sacrifice. Because what reason would you have to offer up sacrifice as if you're being disobedient? See what I'm saying? Well, the scripture says better to have obedience than sacrifice, because when you're being obedient to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, there's no reason for you to offer up a sacrifice for being disobedient or transgressing the law. Even though we sin, but at the same time, we don't try to sin. Because you have people out here that sin willfully. You see what I'm saying? That's what get them in more trouble than when we accidentally commit a sin, because we're battling against the flesh. Like Paul said, that what I do not, and that what I would do, I don't do. You know, paraphrasing, meaning you want to follow the laws 100% correctly, but the flesh don't allow you to, because why? We're living in a wicked society, just like hell. Prime example, the YAHAWASHI. Just like tonight is what? This evening is what? Is the Shabbat. But guess what? A lot of us had to work today. See what I'm saying? So, we want to keep the laws 100%, but at the same time, we're living in this wicked society. See what I'm saying? We don't eat pork. We try not to eat pork to the best of our ability, but sometimes we find out some things have pork in it after the fact we didn't eat it. See what I'm saying? So we have to ask the Lord for forgiveness. Like for a long time, I didn't know that White Castle buns had pork in it. But when I found out, I had to stop eating it. I won't eat White Castle no more. You see what I'm saying? They bread have pork in the bread. How many people know that? See what I'm saying? When you find out, that's when you stop. That's when you have to ask for forgiveness. Just like today at work, on our job, they provided us pizza, but guess what? We only had like 3 cheese pizzas. So that's what me and bro ate with the cheese pizza. All 20 other pieces was pork. You see what I'm saying? And we almost didn't have nothing to eat for ourselves. We almost had to go get something. Why? Because this world is wicked. Them motherfuckers know we don't eat pork, man. But they do that shit deliberately. Why? Because this world is wicked, man. Yeah.
All right, we're going to skip down to verse 26.
Galatians 5 and 26. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another.
It said, let us not be desirous of vainglory, man.
See?
It said, let us not desire vainglory. You don't want nobody pumping your head up, boasting you up, looking all in the mirror at yourself like you got makeup. I don't know what it is, but I don't understand why people want to be in the spotlight so much. I never was the type to be all in the spotlight, man.
That's right.
I'm laid back. I don't want nobody I don't want all that glory and all that fame. Never had it. Even before I got into the truth.
Right.
I ain't never been that type of person.
Right.
Everybody know me, know I've been a quiet guy my whole life. I don't talk a lot. Because I don't like all that attention, man. I always knew that was bad for you.
That's right.
You know?
I got a precept for you. Yeah, rather stay in the background, man. See, that's what people fail to realize. Even back in the 2/3 world, I always like to stay in the background, man, because the niggas that ride around with the name all in the streets, they're the ones that get all the attention. They're the ones that the police look for. Why? Because your name is all in the street. So how can you handle your business when everybody's speaking your name? See what I'm saying? Everything that happened, J-Rock did it. J-Rock did it. J-Rock did it. Who got the weed? J-Rock got it. Who got the cocaine? J-Rock got it. See what I'm saying? Ooh, girl, you see the new car J-Rock got? J-Rock got all the women. See what I'm saying? That's why it's best, like they used to say, out of sight, out of mind. Don't nobody know what you're doing, well, they can't tell what you're doing. See what I'm saying? Yeah, but see, a lot of y'all in this truth, y'all wanna, hey, that brother right there, hey, he broke it down right. Then your head starts swelling. See what I'm saying? So you expect everybody to speak well to you all the time, man. No, it don't work like that, man. And it's truth. The one that the Lord loves the most is the one that take the back seat and stay humble. Take the lowly road. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the background, man. You know, because we can't take credit for nothing we do out here on the highways and byways, man. This is the Lord's program, man. We're just thankful that the Lord chose us out of hundreds of thousands of people here, or about 1 million people here in Indianapolis. We thankful that the Lord chose me and this brother right here to come preach his word out of 1 million people here in Indianapolis. You see what I'm saying? We ain't got no reason to be proud or vain, man. This is scripture back forward, Luke 6 and 26. It says, woe unto you. Woe meaning death and destruction. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. For so did their fathers to the false prophets. Just like it did in the ancient days. Just like you do today in the churches. Oh, Reverend Rib Tip, you sure preached a wonderful sermon today. Well, what did he teach about? I don't know, but it sure sound good. You see what I'm saying? That's why the scripture said, woe unto you that when men speak well of you, man. See what I'm saying? You don't want everybody speaking well of you, man, especially in this truth, man. I love it when people hate me, actually. That lets me know what? I'm doing my job. Because if people speaking well of you all the time, then you don't know if you really reaching people or not, man. You don't know if people getting the message. But if they hate you because you speaking this truth and it's getting under their skin, well, guess what? That's beautiful. I love it. I always love being an underdog, man. See what I'm saying? Because when you're out here speaking this truth, man, you ain't out here trying to make friends, man. You out here trying to fish for the elect so you get up out of here and go home.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
Right, bro.
Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. It said, "Take heed that ye do not do your alms before men, to be seen of them.
Woo.
Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven."
Woo, boy. Go ahead, bro.
It says, "Take heed that you do not do alms before men, to be